evening I first met those two kids at the Weary Souls Tavern, I didn't think anything of them. It was a mining town. It was right next to a crossroads and a good place to stay for many people. Must have passed through there a dozen times, passing through to the Rebellion courts or going back to Novdor. Nothing interesting ever happened in this mining town, so I was busy enjoying my mediocre brew. It was 7:30 at night, and anything that might have transpired would have done so already. Or so I thought. As I ordered another ale, the doors burst open and half a dozen guards poured in. They marched to the corner of the tavern and arrested the kids. They announced,
Nathaniel Burke and Olivia Patroke, you are under arrest for sedition and espionage.
And took them away. I guess my evening wasn't done yet. I slid some change to the barkeep. When I got outside, the kids were nowhere to be found, but it was obvious where they would be.
Halt!
The guard looked about as thick as a tree stump.
King said no one passed.
Friends, you look awfully thirsty. I'm sure no one would mind if you went and rewarded yourself at the pub. I hand them a coin purse.
Okay.
The dullard replies.
Why are you spying for Novdor?
The king questioned atop his throne. We don't know what you're talking about. The soldier smacked the boy, interrupting him.
I'll ask you one last... Who is that?
The king interrupts himself, looking at me. I'm no one, your highness, only an onlooker. Please finish with your very important business. The matter which I approach with is nothing compared to this.
When I ask a question, I want an answer. Who are you and why are you in my court?
If it pleases your majesty, I am Fartho the bard, though I rarely tell stories, sing, or read poetry.
So what is it you actually do, then?
I make my money by selling information to kings.
That is what I have scouts for.
Yes, your highness, and I'm sure they're very good at what they do. But what they don't look for are the things I do look for. If your majesty shall grant me a moment of his time, I have information discovered at the courtroom of Rebellion, behind closed doors, as well as some stolen unit counts, all for a modest sum of 4,000 daps. What I didn't tell him is that I plan to collect the same information from his court and sell it back to Rebellion. That's how I stay in business, you see.
I have no use for spies, and I'm sure you'd sell me out just as you've sold your previous bidders out.
I can assure my king that I'm quite loyal.
Nonsense. Lock all 3 of these traitors up in my dungeons, pending execution.
Damn, he's smarter than he looks. It's unfortunate that His Majesty sees things this way. I look forward to changing your mind. In the interest of full disclosure, I have 2 daggers on me, one at my left hip and one in my right boot. The guards disarm me and take us away. Well, so much for escaping through my guiles. I have to do things the hard way. They blindfolded us and led us on a long journey. After being pushed around and forced up a ladder and down another, the blindfolds are taken off to reveal... darkness.
I fear we haven't been introduced. I am...
Olivia. Yes, I have heard. As well as you've heard that I am Fartho. With those pleasantries aside, can we focus on getting out of here? Getting out? Are you stupid? We're in a king's dungeon.
Shut it, Neil. He obviously has a better plan than we do. What were you thinking?
I like the girl. She realizes when to shut up. It should be relatively easy, but we should wait a couple hours to enact my plan. The guards here change shifts at 11 p.m., plus the date in minutes. That gives us an hour and 47 minutes. Why are you helping us escape? If I let you escape on your own, you'd probably fail, which would endanger me. So you're coming with me so I don't get caught.
Do you think us totally incompetent? We've been in the face of danger before, you know.
Please. If I weren't here, you'd be stuck in this dungeon for eternity. If you two are really spies, like the king says, you're absolutely lousy ones.
Well, it wasn't my fault we got caught. Neil stole some troop reports and it sent the whole outpost into a hissy fit.
I got us caught. You knocked over a vase. It would have been peachy if you weren't such a klutz.
You never should have taken the unit reports in the first...
Never mind. The girl is just as stupid as the boy. Time passes. It's time. Can either of you pick the locks? I can. I produce a lockpick hidden in the recess of my sleeve. After fumbling around like an amateur for a minute, the door opens. I gesture for silence and lead the way upstairs. Going good so far. Unfortunately, the guard turned around at the wrong time.
Alarm! Prisoner escape!
Hell! Down the tree!
Get them!
Move out of the way!
Where'd they go? I think they went down to the mine.
Okay, we're gonna sneak through the trees, far from the stable, and then into the shallows of the river, and then go back to the road. Phew, we're safe. No, we aren't. We need to hurry out of the country. Word of our escape will get around soon. And off we went.